Doodle Squad. This is Fred Richani of TSC News. I'm just looking at my Twitter feed right here. It is absolutely blowing up right now. I cannot believe what I just witnessed here. We just witnessed the longest WrestleMania of all time. Again, third straight year. I'm here to recap the show from top to bottom with you guys. 12:14 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I got to be at work the next day. Scott Anderson, who's on the line with me. Bro, how you feeling?
Little tired, lot confused. Like you have to get up early in the morning. Shock. Yeah, very interesting.
I am stunned because for those that don't know, we just witnessed Roman Reigns in the main event against Brock Lesnar.
Again.
But it was a little different this time. You want to know why? Because Brock Lesnar won.
Clean.
Now, we sound confused because we are. We sound bewildered because we are. But believe it or not, this was actually a great freaking WrestleMania. I enjoyed it a lot. I don't know about you, Scott. I enjoyed this WrestleMania very much. But
yeah,
it was also a very confusing WrestleMania.
I'm confused.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on. So let's.
No. I guess Vince just really, kind of stuck it to everybody who thought they knew what he was doing. I mean, that's the best answer I can give you. Everybody thought Roman was winning, Brock was on his way out, so Vince said, "Ha ha ha, here you go." I mean, it's what he does, I guess. I mean, I don't really have an answer.
Bro, I don't either. I'm absolutely stunned. So anyway, this is the WrestleMania live chat. For those that are watching live, please feel free to like this video, share it with all your friends, and participate in the discussion by commenting in the comments section. You can also tweet us or Facebook us if you want.
I mean, let me say this real quick, Fred.
Yeah.
What we just witnessed, I'm expecting to, while we're doing the show, be on Twitter and see something that Roman got fired, suspended, something, because it just doesn't make any sense.
All right, well, can you do me a favor and be on Twitter duty?
I will monitor the best I can.
Since I was on Twitter duty all day and night. All right, cool. So, Roman Reigns lost the main event. And this is the first WrestleMania that featured 2 Royal Rumble winners. And it's also the first time that 2 Royal Rumble winners lost. Which is just crazy.
I'm okay with it.
I'm fine with it too, but I just a little confusing. So again, we're gonna see what's going on. Let's get to the kickoff show because we got a lot to cover. I swear we'll get to the big matches. We had the WWE Network portion of the kickoff show with it was Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, the Andre the Giant Memorial Trophy on the line. Andre the Giant was not in this, although I think he was in it in spirit, and then once he realized the debacle it was, he probably went back up to heaven. Matt Hardy got the win in the Battle Royal, which featured Sin Cara, Apollo, Curtis Axel. Allegedly, Mike Kanellis was advertised for this. Did you see him?
Yeah, I saw him get eliminated.
Okay, I guess he was in there.
But I also read that Elias was advertised and a few other people that didn't make it. So yeah, Kanellis was in it.
Gallows and Anderson, Goldust, R-Truth, Revival, Fandango,
Kane,
Ziggler, Tyler Breeze, Baron Corbin, Ty Dillinger, Mojo, Heath Slater, Rhino, Zack Ryder, and Primo Colon. And I've already wasted way too much breath on this match.
Way too much. Yeah, it was
There was an infuriating spot, dude, where, and I think you're going to know what I'm talking about, where Dolph Ziggler kept nearly getting eliminated, and he'd hang on and skin the cat. And for years and years, the criticism against Dolph Ziggler was he's way too much of a Shawn Michaels ripoff. Way too much of a Shawn Michaels ripoff. Well, now that he's older, now that he's not one of the better workers in WWE, now that he's a guy that a lot of people don't care about, yeah, he essentially is kind of a Shawn Michaels ripoff. And he kept clotheslining people over the top rope, hanging on by a thread. It was infuriating, but thankfully, finally, Kane did something good and eliminated Dolph Ziggler. And at the end, the final 3 were Matt Hardy, Baron Corbin, Mojo Rawley. You may recall Mojo and Baron were the last 2 Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal winners. And who should appear out of thin freaking air than Bray Wyatt, who helped, I guess he eliminated Mojo or Baron, one of the guys. Matt Hardy eliminated the other. Everybody's celebrating and thinking that it's going to be Bray versus Hardy, right, as the final 2, based on what they did with the final deletion or whatever it was called. But no. What happened?
Well, hold on. You missed one little thing, and that was after Bray eliminated Mojo, he went after Corbin, who hit the end of days on him.
Oh,
which
okay.
was kind of weird too. But yeah.
Yeah.
It was just a cluster.
It was a cluster, Duck. We'll keep it PG since you're a father and, I'm in the presence of kids here. But holy crap, man. After they eliminated those two dudes, there was a brief pause, and then the bell rang. And because Bray Wyatt technically wasn't in this match, even though he was, in this match that seemingly has no rules other than throw your opponent over the top rope, Matt Hardy got the win. And then they embraced, and they posed, and Matt Hardy screamed "Procure," which would make my sister happy since she's in procurement. And that was it. That was a horrible battle royal. And
they haven't been good lately.
No,
put it that way.
No, and poor Jim Ross, Jerry King Lawler, Byron Saxton, none of these dudes could keep up. I couldn't keep up. I just couldn't. And the WrestleMania Women's Battle Royal was even worse. So I know we're skipping a little ahead here, but
I think it was worse there because you got to with that Battle Royal especially, it was on USA Network. So I think the commercial breaks and being live on the network definitely affected things with that. With the men's one, it was just what it was. I mean,
oh my God, yeah. So we had the USA Network portion of the show. I'm going to skip ahead to the Battle Royal before we get back to the Cruiserweight match. So this WrestleMania Women's Battle Royal, just again another cluster. Paige is on commentary with it was Michael Cole and Corey Graves
Phoenix.
and Beth Phoenix. And Beth Phoenix, thank you. So it's a long night. That seems like it was 24 hours ago.
It was yesterday.
Yeah, it was. It was yesterday.
It was yesterday afternoon. How about that?
Yeah, Jesus Christmas.
So for everybody who said they wanted WrestleMania to be 2 days, well, they got it.
Yeah, sort of. So Carmella was the first person to be eliminated, and when you find out what she did later in the night, which was absolutely nothing, this was even more surprising to me considering they've been protecting her all this time. At least lately, they've been protecting her. She's been getting some big wins. And then she gets eliminated. Now, granted, she got eliminated by a bunch of the women, but still, come on, really?
Well, what was it? She was kind of bragging a little bit, and I think she lasted maybe 15 seconds. Yeah, it was very, very strange.
That was trash. By the way, trivia note, this is not the first WrestleMania Women's Battle Royal. There was the WrestleMania 25 one that saw Santino Marella dressed as a woman, Santina Marella, posing as his sister, last eliminating Beth Phoenix to win the Miss WrestleMania Battle Royal, which ironically featured an introduction by Kid Rock. So, that being said, I don't blame WWE, let alone Beth Phoenix, for erasing that memory out of her mind. Because that storyline, if you go back and watch on the network, and I don't know why you would, that storyline was funny for about 30 seconds and went 6 months too long. Ugh. Anyway, so we had this Battle Royal. We had the NXT stars doing a pretty damn good job in it. Bianca Belair, who hit an awesome 450 splash on Sonya Deville and eliminated her. Peyton Royce. No Billie Kay. I don't know if Billie Kay wrestled over the weekend on Access. Maybe she's injured. I don't understand why you wouldn't have both of the iconic duo in this match, but
yeah, Billie Kay wasn't there all weekend. She hasn't been around at all. It's
just
been Peyton Royce.
I mean, I don't know. I thought she was back in action. I mean, I don't know. Guess not.
You know.
So we had Dakota Kai, Kairi Sane, who won the Mae Young Classic, Tainara Conti, and then Kavita Devi, who's a YouTube sensation. Her match from the Mae Young Classic got 8 or 9 million views just almost from India alone, which is awesome. So they posed. They got rid of Sonya Deville, and then we went to a commercial break. And after the break, I kid you not, the ring is cleared of 80% of the women. It's who was it left? It was Riot Squad, Natalya, Bayley, and Sasha Banks. That's literally all who was left.
Well, what also wasn't good about this is too many women were going under the rope just to get a break.
True.
And I didn't like that. Becky Lynch did it, and we'll get to the finals, but I didn't like that part
I didn't even notice that. Did you watch the network feed or the USA feed?
I was on network.
Did they have a commercial break? Because
they did a couple moments, I know, in the men's battle royal where they did the WWE commercials.
But I didn't know. But I'm talking about the women.
They didn't have a pure commercial.
So
break
how
at
the
all.
hell? So how the hell did the women in from NXT get eliminated? It's like somebody just took a bulldozer and just took them out of the ring.
Dude, I'll be honest with you. I didn't write any notes. I don't.
You know what? How about this? It's not important. Because
they were just eliminating each other.
It's not important. So
no. Bayley and Sasha kept eliminating people.
Okay.
No, wait. What was at the end of the match?
Well, they eliminated the Riot Squad at the end. They eliminated Natalya, and then
they eliminated the NXT girl. I don't know.
Whatever. And then finally, Bayley eliminates Sasha. Everybody thinks she won, and then Naomi just randomly appears, hits the rear view, eliminates Bayley, and she wins the biology-shaped trophy.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll just leave it at that. But I'm happy for Naomi because she got the big win. She's really marketable. I like the fact that she's still relevant even though she lost the title last year. That being said, why wouldn't you give it to Bayley or Sasha Banks? It makes more sense from a storyline standpoint. I mean, yeah, Bayley turned on Sasha, and got her revenge, so to speak. But
yeah, but she didn't get her revenge because she didn't win. I forget which one of our Twitter friends mentioned it, but it's going to be fun now to see Sasha go, you did all this and you still can't win, blah blah blah. Naomi as like the face eliminating Bayley as the face is kind of, I wasn't digging that so much. It was kind of awkward, but hey, whatever.
Yeah, like you said, whatever. So before that we had the Cruiserweight tournament final. Cedric Alexander defeated Mustafa Ali to become the new Cruiserweight champion. I really like this match.
Very good match. Yes.
Yeah, very good match. Cedric Alexander got the win with the lumbar check, which is a great looking finish, probably a painful finish. And yeah, good, really good stuff here. Ali did go for the reverse 450.
He hit one.
But Cedric got his foot on the ropes. There was another time before that where he was going for the reverse 450, and then Cedric pushed him off the top rope, and he fell splat onto the floor. That looked like it sucked. Oof. But Drake Maverick was at ringside, presented Cedric Alexander with the Cruiserweight title. Both men embraced afterwards, and it was just a really nice moment. And you know what? God forbid you book pro wrestling as a sport sometimes. I'm not saying you have to do it all the time. You need entertainment value in there. But this was just an awesome match between two good dudes that the crowd generally likes, who are ridiculously talented in the spirit of competition, as they put it over in the announcers table. The heart versus the soul of 205 Live, and it definitely delivered. And I think, actually, that they're going to do an Alexander-Ali rematch at the Greatest Royal Rumble. Because for
that makes sense.
Because Ali is a Middle Eastern. He's a rising star. I personally think he's the best babyface on NXT right now. Or not NXT, I'm sorry, 205 right now. Hell, he could be the best babyface in NXT. He could be the best babyface on the entire roster. I mean, the guy is a stud. And
him and Cedric, I think, are pretty equal.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Mustafa Ali, from what he's shown on his Twitter promos, man, I think he's got a little bit of something that Cedric doesn't have. But that being said, they're both great in the ring. I'm just saying, like, overall total package. But I could see them doing a rematch at the Greatest Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia. He's a Middle Eastern star. Why not have him win the title there? And who knows? Maybe they could have a series. I mean, I really enjoyed this match, and I would definitely love to see a rematch. By the way, for those that don't know, Alicia Fox was pulled from the the WrestleMania Women's Battle Royal, formerly named after the fabulous Moolah, who was an evil person.
The Santina Morella Battle Royal. Just call it what it is, right?
There you go. The Andrea the Giant Battle Royal.
Yeah.
There you go.
Nice.
So, yeah, she got pulled.
The only thing... I'm sorry, yeah, with that Battle Royal, it was only 20 women, not 30. No surprises either, except for the NXT women, which kudos to them, and I guess kudos to WWE for not putting people like the Bellas and Trish and all that back into a match where they're not going to win.
Yeah, also, why did they put Ember Moon in there?
I guess to make her debut bigger?
Yeah, but she could have won this match and then debuted on Raw.
Oh, and just so you know, you were watching it on USA, and I'm sure a lot of people were, and I'm sure a lot of people weren't. But Becky Lynch came out with her theme. They obviously went to commercial, and when the rest of the women came out, it was just the WrestleMania music. They didn't even come out to any of their own themes.
That's lame.
And then Bayley came out to hers, and Sasha got half. So that's what happened there, in case you missed it.
All right, well, there you go. So anyway, Alicia Fox got into a verbal altercation with Ronda Rousey's husband, current UFC fighter Travis Browne. She cussed at him. It was caught on camera. She slapped the camera away. This was picked up by the UK Sun and later confirmed by Dave Meltzer that she was pulled for her conduct here. Now, on the surface, you could say, okay, she shouldn't have flipped out, whatever. On the other hand, you'd like to believe that somebody wouldn't jeopardize a WrestleMania spot for something so stupid. Also, I should note, given who's involved, I'm not accusing anybody of anything. I'm just going to put it out there because it's been out there. Of course, for those that don't know, Travis Browne has had domestic violence allegations against him from his ex-wife prior to him marrying Ronda Rousey. She did post pictures a couple years back of what looked like physical abuse. Now, I don't know the situation. I don't know the deal. Travis wasn't charged. UFC did a quote-unquote independent investigation and found nothing, which she called BS on, and that's that. Although, not soon after that, Travis Browne became one of the least popular UFC fighters on the roster, and I don't even remember the last time he's fought, honestly. I know he's been down on his luck, but put it this way. For anybody that's familiar with Travis Browne's past accusations, and for anybody that didn't like Travis Browne before, They're certainly not going to like him right now, and you just hope for the best with Alicia Fox, because
Well, camera only tells one side of a story too. We don't know what happened. Maybe Alicia had a few too many. Maybe she just had issues with him. So we don't know. Let's give both people the benefit of the doubt.
True. I just don't want to see somebody lose their job. And actually, let's see right here. You know what? Before we get to the rest of the card, let's go to the comments here, because we got a ton of people watching right now. JB, I've never been personally this confused by a WrestleMania ending in my life, and it's to the point where my head hurts trying to figure it out. See what I did there? I don't even know. Telvin Kipapa says Travis Browne lost 4 straight fights. Okay. Holiday197 says, I feel like this WrestleMania hasn't really set up anything to look forward to or follow in the coming months other than Rousey's career. Maybe the renewed AJ Knock feud, but I'm not itching for a rematch.
Yeah, we can get to that.
Yeah.
If it's not 3 a.m.
Yeah. Frost Tink says Roman needs to be deleted. Russ Broski, WrestleMania 34 disappointing. They need another wrestler shakeup. Please move Bryan to Raw, Angle to SmackDown.
No.
Bryan and Triple H feud again in 2014, like Angle and Shane in 2001. I don't need to see that.
Keep Bryan on SmackDown, please.
Alan Wu brings up the fact that there were beach balls in this crowd. It did sound
at the main event, yeah.
Were there? It did sound like
it was
that.
confirmed. It was confirmed there was like 4 or 5 in the crowd. Everybody who was in attendance there, I know Brian Alvarez, he confirmed it. A lot of people. Nobody cared about the main event. You could tell.
Yeah, and I wonder why. Mr. Poppins, 16, who was not related to Mary. This was an underwhelming pay-per-view. Anime Tree. No. This whole pay-per-view was garbage. Damn. All right.
No.
I don't know about that. But I mean,
she's a Roman fan.
Listen, they're entitled to their opinion. Mr. Racer 1029. Drew McIntyre will debut on Raw and beat Brock for the title. That'd be
Definitely
awesome.
Not.
That'd be awesome. I don't think that's going to happen. Bolin Badley, as a Reigns fan, the more I consider the ending, the more I'm with it. I'm actually glad they didn't do what literally everyone sane thought would happen.
I kind of agree with that.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing over and over again, too. I'm kind of tired of the cookie cutter Brock Lesnar match.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Holiday 197, don't get me started with the Raw Tag Title match. Oh, we'll get to that. This WrestleMania had no surprise returns, okay?
True.
I thought Jeff Hardy would appear. Well, he shouldn't have gotten pulled over and been allegedly doing stuff. Zip away. What a way for that kid to go to school as WWE Tag Team Champion. Yep, there's a new WWE Tag Team Champion, and he's still in school. Okay, Nakamura should have won. Mike Hood says, over 5 hours, way too long. Stefan the Dude, that was a waste of blood in the main event. JB, seriously, did they change that finish at the very last minute because of the reactions?
That's what I think.
Yeah. Manpreet says, good luck, Fred. My job starts at 1:30 a.m. I'm guessing he means 1:30 a.m. Pacific time because he's in Cali. Damn. Well, good luck, Manpreet.
Yeah, it's time.
Dan Foster, Fred, I told you a while ago I would give Roman and Lesnar a chance, but I tried, and it was lackluster. Yeah, it definitely wasn't at the level of WrestleMania 31.
Well, 7 hours later, it's going to be lackluster.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And then TK says, we need a Bryan and Miz feud. And of course we do. And then we'll take one last comment before we get to the rest of the results. Donovan Bradley, greetings from South America. Suriname. Hi, Fred. Hey, what's up, Donovan? I got family in Venezuela, so, shout out to my South American peeps. All right. Got so excited there, I moved my webcam accent. All right, let's go to the main card because I know we got a long-ass night.
Yeah, let's get to this.
IC title triple threat. Seth Rollins defeated Miz and Finn Balor to become the new Intercontinental Champion and to become the latest Grand Slam champion in WWE history. This was excellent.
Yeah, I missed the first couple minutes because, and as a father, I'm going to just say it out loud and blame my wife. Had to make my daughter a bottle, and all of a sudden we had no water except for tap water, so I had to run over to the store and get some. So, yeah, she picks a great time to tell me.
You're a good man.
I do what I can.
You're
the sad part is I knew I had enough time as that match started to go do that. That's kind of the sad part about that.
Yeah.
But it worked.
By the way, thank you to everybody who is complimenting our new look and feel, and a shout out my homegirl Sharon, our designer, designed a new logo in lower third for us. So thank you very much for that. Just in time for Mania. Speaking of designs, the WrestleMania set was gorgeous.
Oh, yeah.
Love the lighting effects. They had some cool 3D effects. Rollins came out dressed as the Night King from Game of Thrones, complete with the blue contacts. That was cool. Miz came out with the long red coat. This started the trend of champions not entering last, which is weird.
Except for one.
AJ Styles.
Two. And Brock Lesnar.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, so the two world
we forgot to mention that Mustafa Ali came out. What reminded me of Sub-Zero from Mortal Kombat.
Oh yeah, that's right. That was a cool
Yes.
entrance.
That was
Yeah.
pretty cool.
He
Yeah.
had the cool thing like there. It was awesome.
The thing. Yeah, the thing. Yeah.
Yeah, the
I
thing.
hope you're holding up your hand as my
The
video
Mighty
lags.
Morphin Power Rangers pose, but in Mortal Kombat gear.
All right, moving on.
So then Finn Balor made the classiest entrance of the night with the LGBTQ community of New Orleans, and
which is what Sonya Deville had on, by the way, as well.
Oh, did she?
Yes.
Okay.
She tweeted it out as well that she had her gear for that as well.
Okay, that's awesome. Yeah, that was really nice. And Finn Balor did his pose with the fans, and he's wearing a shirt that has the gay pride colors, and it says like Finn Balor for everyone. So or Balor Club for everyone. So yeah, just really classy gesture. Just a great match overall. I mean, what can I say? I mean, at the beginning they traded schoolboy attempts. I'm just going by my notes here. Balor landed a flying senton on Miz and Rollins on the outside. Rollins caught Balor with a flying clothesline. Miz slammed Rollins into the corner and went for the pin. Kicked out. Oh, by the way, all throughout this time, up until this match too, they kept cutting to John Cena, who was in the crowd as a fan.
He was in the crowd since about 4 o'clock in the afternoon as well. He was there.
Yeah, he was there, and he was literally playing like his role in Blockers, just trying to be like that cool dad. Just like, yeah, I'm just here with the fans. Yeah.
That was kind of cool.
Yeah, no, it was awesome.
Well, at least he didn't have his gear on at first.
Yeah. Notable spots in the match included Rollins hitting a double blockbuster on Miz and Balor for the near fall. We had a dual suicide dives. Rollins hit one on Balor and one on Miz back to back. There, Rollins hit a huge frog splash on Miz when Miz had the figure 4 locked in. That was a great near fall. Man, just so many things going on. Oh, Rollins.
Good match by 3 good workers.
Yeah. Rollins went for the Falcon Arrow, but Balor reversed into a pin. There was one spot where Miz hit the skull-crushing finale on Rollins off the top while Balor was still up there, and then Balor broke it up with the coup de grace. Just really great stuff here. And the finish came when Balor went for the coup de grace on Miz. Rollins broke it up with a knee strike, then hit the curb stomp on Miz for the clean pin. My recap doesn't do it justice. I think this is one of the best WrestleMania openers ever. I put it up there with Owen and Brett and Daniel Bryan and Triple H. I think those two are probably like the greatest WrestleMania openers, unless you could think of one better. But I would
have to go back and do some notes there. But yeah, you might be right.
Yeah, so at least off the top of my head. We had Charlotte Flair, believe it or not, end Asuka's undefeated streak to retain the SmackDown Women's Championship.
Very interesting spot for this match.
It was, but it got a lot of time. Charlotte got got a huge entrance. It was
amazing entrance.
Yeah, it was a queen entrance. It was actually reminiscent of Triple H's entrance at WrestleMania 30, where she played one of, I guess, like the harem girls or like servants or something with Alexa Bliss and Sasha.
Yep.
And it was just awesome.
And for the record, I think Lars Sullivan was one this time for Charlotte.
That's a hell of a servant. He's like, I guess he's her version of the Mountain. That's cool.
Well, he would be the guy on our right, on her left, and then walking straight behind her. It definitely had his body frame, maybe a little skinnier, but it definitely could have been.
Yeah, that was very cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this was a great match. Great match. I really enjoyed it. Notable spots included Asuka working over Charlotte's shoulder. Charlotte, of course, working on the leg. Charlotte hitting a moonsault but getting caught in a submission. Charlotte hitting a Spanish fly on Asuka off the top rope.
When Asuka was on the second rope at that.
That was insane.
Yeah, and it looked bad at first until the replay.
Yeah, they actually hit it perfectly. And I should note, too, that Mustafa Ali and Cedric Alexander also traded Spanish flies in their Cruiserweight match, albeit much safer than the one Will Ospreay did with Marty Scurll. Good God almighty. Oh, yeah.
Another good spot, speaking of something to that effect, was Asuka's suplex from the ring apron to the floor on Charlotte. That looked bad. That was painful.
Yeah, good spot for the fans, bad for their backs. Asuka also reversed the natural selection into a submission. That was an awesome counter. Yes. And then at the end, if I have this correctly, the finish came when Charlotte hit the spear on Asuka. It was a huge spear that would make Roman Reigns shake. And then she locked in the figure 8 and won the match. One-handed at that. It was one-handed figure 8 because Asuka was putting on the pressure, but yeah. Man, I don't know. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it because at the end, Asuka put her over and they embraced and they made it seem like a big deal. And at the end of the day, there's no shame in losing to the best in a real sport. If Charlotte Flair's the LeBron James or Serena Williams of the WWE, then I guess she has to beat everybody. But Man, there's a part of me that wanted to see Asuka win. That wanted her to see it.
You know what though? If not Charlotte, who?
Ronda?
Not yet. No, I know. You know that I had read a rumor that could be the main event at next year's WrestleMania. Her and Asuka, and it still could be, and that would be fine. I think if the streak kept going, Asuka would have gotten very stale. I do believe that. I think you can only beat so many people so many times. And the way WWE uses these people, they don't give them weeks off on TV. Yeah. I think it just would have hurt her. Mm-hmm. I think you can kind of give her some time now, and it's okay. You can start another streak. It's fine. It was a shock. I think it was a good shock.
Charlotte
I'm okay with it.
I mean, the only thing I don't like is Charlotte losing to Natalya a few weeks ago.
Yeah, but she
got the win back. So I guess it's gonna be the 4 horsewomen versus the 4 horsewomen, right? I mean, they have to do that now, right? I mean, Charlotte versus Ronda. I would
assume at SummerSlam it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't.
Well, I mean, honestly, who's next?
I don't. For Charlotte, yeah, I don't. Well, it can't be Ronda if she's on Raw or SmackDown. They would have to do a few with Becky Lynch, I would think.
I get, but I mean, like, who's the next big opponent? She's got to have a big opponent.
Yeah, big opponent's got to be. Well, for Charlotte, it has to be Ronda.
Yeah, so I guess we can see that happening.
I mean, anybody in NXT? I mean, Ember Moon, maybe.
Yeah, but
on SmackDown, I could see that. Why not?
You know what? There's a part of me as an NXT fan, and I know not everybody watches NXT. There's a part of me that would have liked Ember Moon to have been called up and be the one to end Asuka's streak. Not right away, but.
I'm okay with the way it was, but yeah. And then the end of that was the end of the match. I don't know if it ruined it or not when the ref came out and ran over to John Cena, who was in the crowd, and said, "Undertaker's here," and John Cena ran up the ramp like he just ate some bad chili.
That was hilarious. I know, yeah, he looked like he had to take a dump. Maybe he did. I mean, he ran up, and Jarius Robertson, the Warrior Award recipient, this kid I love this kid. He's so hilarious. He had such a charming speech at the Hall of Fame.
Yes, he did.
He took a video of John Cena running up the ramp, and he tweeted out, "Crazy fan, running up the ramp."
Oh, I missed that. I missed that.
It's pretty funny, but that was a hilarious visual. Can we both agree that John Cena makes the best gifs?
Oh, John Cena's the man. I tweeted that a couple weeks ago, dude. I have so much respect for that dude, more now than I ever have.
No,
seriously.
Right. But you know what? I'm saying he's also the most gifable wrestler ever.
Oh yeah. No, I know what you're saying. Yeah, and that's 100%.
Oh, don't worry. We got some John Cena love coming up for sure. So we had the U.S. title match, Fatal 4-Way. Not gonna lie, I didn't really pay attention much to this match because I needed to take a mental break.
Rusev should have won and didn't in the end.
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, Jinder won. He hit a good-looking Colossal on Rusev. That's kind of what it was. There was nothing major.
Not a lot of heat other than Rusev. Aiden English freestyle rapped Rusev's introduction. That was cool. This was.
I never realized how pale he is, by the way.
Yeah, he is a pale dude. And yeah, what can I say? Rusev should have won. I don't necessarily mind Jinder winning, but I would have liked to have seen Jinder pin Randy Orton, not Rusev, unless they're building to Rusev eventually winning the title. I don't know. I feel like Rusev should be a main eventer, dude. I don't even feel like he should be in this freaking U.S. title picture. But that's just my opinion.
Who knows what happens with Rusev, but yeah.
Then we had the most surprisingly great match of the night. And I don't know about you, Scott. I don't know about you guys watching right now. I was absolutely blown away by this match. Ronda Rousey and Kurt Angle defeated Stephanie McMahon and Triple H.
It was such an odd spot for this match, too, at 8:30 Eastern time.
Well, I think they wanted to keep it there so the crowd was still hot for Ronda. And she looked great, rocking her Rowdy Piper gear, black shorts, and she was teaming with Kurt Angle, who was rocking the old school tights.
Yep.
Triple H made his entrance with the motorcycle brigade and everything with Stephanie McMahon. That was kind of cool. What can I say about this match? Just
what can't you say? I mean, it was great.
We started the match with a stare down. Stephanie slammed Rousey by the hair before hiding in the corner behind Triple H. Triple H got the heat on Angle early on, sending him into the outside in his steel steps. Stephanie McMahon, for all the criticism she gets, has done an incredible job this WrestleMania season and in this match. I thought she was...
Absolutely.
And I'm not the biggest fan of her character, but my God, she was like the MVP here. While the ref was distracted, Stephanie sent Angle into the steps. Rousey chased Stephanie, but was stopped by the ref. Triple H beat up Angle in the corner, and Steph joined again. Angle fought back, but Triple H hit a spine buster for a 2 count. Stephanie distracted Angle. Triple H went to hit Angle, but Angle moved, and he nearly hit Stephanie. Very reminiscent of last year.
Yep.
Angle suplexed Triple H and went for the tag, but Ronda came up from behind and took out Rousey. Angle eventually...
No, Stephanie came up from behind.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Angle eventually recovered long enough to take out Triple H and tagged in Rousey, who absolutely ran wild on Stephanie. I mean, strikes, huge suplex.
Oh, it's good.
Beals by the hair. That looked like it sucks. The crowd was going nuts. Say what you want about Ronda Rousey in her rude media interviews, and I'm sorry, she's very rude in those media interviews, but she looked awesome here tonight, and I think she's going to make a damn good pro wrestler. Rousey hit another release suplex, sending Stephanie right across the ring. And she monkey flipped Stephanie in the air into an armbar attempt. The only thing that really annoyed me about this match, and I get it, it's predetermined and whatnot. Stephanie blocking the armbar attempt. How does Stephanie McMahon have better submission defense than Miesha Tate? I don't know.
She studies tapes, man. Come on.
I guess so.
Well, how does Shane McMahon kick out of a last ride? So
yeah, that's true. How does Shane McMahon wrestle? Period. So Stephanie blocked the armbar long enough to rake Rousey's eyes and escaped. Stephanie went on the offensive, and she even got the heat on Rousey with like a surfboard stretch type maneuver, which I thought was a little. It
wasn't a pure surfboard. She just kind of held her arms back. She didn't go full, but Rousey. I mean, and again, I'm going to get ahead a little bit, but she did a hell of a job, man. For somebody who's only been training a short amount of time, yes, they went over this match probably 100 times in the last week, and I'm sure every spot was laid out. But she did a great job, and like you said, I think. If she really wants it like she says she does, she can definitely be a star. Absolutely. There's no doubt about it.
Well, she's already a star, but
okay, you know what I mean. Though.
Yeah. So, Stephanie got the heat for a little bit. I typed up here, Rousey shouldn't be selling for Steph, but whatever. It was brief. It didn't last long, and Rousey hit what looked like an F5. Wasn't it an F5 on Steph? It looked like an F5.
Oh,
gosh. Looked like a combination of
Looked
like a combination of like an F5 and Dalton Castle's finish, whatever he calls that.
The bangarang.
The bangarang, yeah, kind of looked like a combination of that.
Yes.
So Rousey had the match won, but Triple H pulled the referee out of the ring and Ronda Rousey out of the ring, and she went face
painful.
First on the mat. Yeah, Angle and Triple H brawled on the announcers table. Triple H knocked Angle into the Spanish announcers table and got back in the ring to check on Stephanie. Rousey came back in the ring and fought Triple H.
That was good.
Triple H put the referee aside and said, hey, man, I got this. Rousey picked Triple H up, was about to slam him, but then Stephanie slapped Rousey to break up the finish. Rousey chased Stephanie on the outside and sent her into the barricade. Rousey picked up Stephanie, but Stephanie pushed Rousey into the barricade. So then Triple H and Angle go at it in the ring. Both legends reverse their finishers until Triple H goes for another pedigree. Angle slingshot Triple H into the corner. Angle hit the Angle slam. Triple H kicks out. Stephanie ran in to kick Kurt Angle, but Angle put her in the ankle lock. We actually got man-on-woman violence in this match, and believe it or not, in the right situation, when it's kind of like a sort of comedy celebrity situation, it actually works. I don't need to see this 365 days a year, but one time in the right situation, fine. Reminiscent of the Attitude Era here. Triple H hits the pedigree on Angle. Rousey broke up the pin. Triple H went for a pedigree on Rousey, but decides to go for a powerbomb. And then Rousey hit a Hurricanrana and locked in an armbar. Stephanie broke it up with a rear naked choke. Rousey flipped Stephanie over for the armbar. Triple H tried to save Stephanie, but got caught in the ankle lock. Rousey got the armbar. Angle got the ankle lock, but Triple H sent Angle into Ronda Rousey to break up the submission. Angle went shoulder first into the post. Stephanie sent Rousey into the post as well. The married couple go for the double pedigrees, but Angle and Rousey hit back body drops. Rousey went for the armbar, and she hesitated a little bit as Stephanie begged for her life. Please don't do this. Please. And Rousey said, nope,
sure.
Biatch. Locked in the armbar. Steph taps out. Crowd went nuts. I went nuts. UFC President Dana White was in the crowd going nuts.
That's cool.
This was an incredible match that had no business being that great. Amazing job from all involved.
Sure.
Wow.
The ending, I'm not sure if Rousey was calling it or just how she did it, but you could hear her go 1, 2, 3. I'm not sure if she said anything after that, like 1, 2, 3, your arm's broken type of thing, or if she was actually calling the spot. But yeah, it was amazing. There was a moment before Ronda picked up Triple H where I forget the whole sequence, but there was a sequence that led up to it where Ronda was pretty much on her back and lifted Triple H up. That's how the spot happened. It was amazing.
Newsflash, she's an incredible athlete.
I know. Here's the only thing I don't like about it, and one of us has to be kind of like bad cop here, and it's going to be me.
You don't have to, but if you want
Well,
to.
I don't have to, but I do have to critique some things. Ronda Rousey doing all that with Triple H is all well and fine. It's WrestleMania. I get it. I know she's not going to be full-time. I get that we're not going to see her wrestle every week on Raw. I would assume at this point her next opponent should be like a Sonya Deville, who's a friend of hers. They can work together, whatever. I know she's not going to be, in Trenton, New Jersey at the house show, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. Her doing that to Triple H, to me, is going to make it hard for me to see her go against, Naomi, Liv Morgan, Sonya Deville, insert, whatever female here. I think
that's absolutely valid criticism, because it's kind of like, in a lot of ways, it's kind of the China effect, right?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like the China effect. Like she beat up all these men, and all of a sudden we had to buy her facing Ivory at WrestleMania 17.
Which, yeah. Here's a quick little breaking news, if you want to call it breaking news. Lance Storm retweeted it. Somebody apparently said the pay-per-view feed cut off at midnight.
Ooh.
I don't know if that's true or not. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So interesting, but anyway, we'll see. Like I said, I want to see Ronda again. I don't necessarily want to see her every week wrestle. Mm-hmm. I don't think she doesn't need to. It'll definitely dilute her. She needs to wrestle more than Brock does. She still needs to train and learn, but she's I was impressed. My wife was impressed, and she watched it for Ronda. So hey, why not?
That might have been the best match on the show.
It was the most fun, and the crowd was hot. I didn't like Ronda coming out smiling and then getting into serious mode. I thought, maybe they can do something with that, but I don't think Ronda could hold it back even if she wanted to be serious the whole time. Kudos to her.
Yeah. Before we get to the rest of the show, let's shout out the people that are watching here. Kaiser Wilhelm III. Do we have a new Universal Champion? Spoiler alert. Nope. Dan Foster.
The only two titles that didn't change hands tonight.
Yeah, the world titles. Dan Foster, it was an amazing job by Ronda. I agree. TK asks, do people still watch on pay-per-view? Some people do because they don't have great internet. And you know what? If you have the money to spend, hey, go crazy.
I think it was like $65.
Yeah, that's a lot. But, hey, if you want to do it, by all means. Also shout out to Rochelle Jahuri, who's watching from Raleigh, North Carolina. Shout out to her. She's awesome. All right. We also had, we had so many other matches to get to. This,
I think, was the SmackDown Tag Titles next?
Yes, it was. Bludgeon Brothers defeated the Usos and New Day for the tag titles. Usos finally made a WrestleMania main card appearance. This was not
decent.
This was decent. It was a fine match. Honestly, I like this match a lot because it was exactly what it should have been. Short, sweet. They got in, they got out, and they proved the point. They wanted to get over to Bludgeon Brothers as a dominant tag team, and they did. Bludgeon Brothers got the win by powerbombing Kofi Kingston off the middle rope.
Poor Kofi.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Good stuff. The New Day came out with
mini pancakes.
Mini pancake people.
Mini pancakes. Yeah. Did the Usos come out, or was it one of the 3D graphics with the prison door?
I think so. I don't know. I may have missed that.
I saw the door back there. I wasn't sure if it was 3D graphics or not. So.
All right. So we had that, and then congratulations, Luke Harper, Eric Rowan. About 4 years overdue, honestly. We had John Cena come out to call out the Undertaker.
Well, he can't. Hold on. Let me stop you real quick. Because when he came out, JoJo, the ring announcer, actually said it was going to be a match right away, which I don't understand at all.
Yeah. Well,
I just want to get that in there.
It happens.
So,
so it's kind of funny. So JoJo, announced it's a match, I guess. And, we're going to get this match, right? And John Cena, and this was a great swerve. John Cena came out to summon the Undertaker. No Undertaker. He didn't get on the mic this time. He just waited. Cena left discouraged. The lights went out. Everybody's going crazy. It's Elias.
That was awesome.
That was awesome. And, for those that have been following WWE lately, you know that Elias has been super over everywhere. Despite being a heel, he's been like a babyface everywhere he's gone. Yeah. But he got heat here. I mean, this was epic.
That was great.
He got a lot. Oh, my God. And Cena just got fed up and went back to the crowd. So he's trying to sing his song, saying John Cena sucks. Finally, Cena went crazy, just got in the ring and destroyed Elias. So he destroyed him. Cena's walking out. Cena's music's playing as he's walking up the ramp. His music stops playing. The lights go out. Undertaker's gear that he left in the ring at WrestleMania 33 appears in the middle of the ring. Lightning struck the gear. The gong finally hits.
The gear disappeared.
Yeah. We get the trademark flames in the music. and Undertaker made his long entrance, and this wasn't like an eternity, but it was awesome. This was a great moment. So Undertaker looked a bit heavier than last year, but he hit all his trademark spots. He was a little slow on the old school, but what do you expect for a 53-year-old man? He did hit a big boot that missed by a mile, but
yeah, he hit air. Yeah.
But hey, stuff happens. Hit all his trademark spots. John Cena made a brief comeback, blocked the chokeslam, hit a suplex and tried to set up the 5-knuckle shuffle. Then Undertaker rose up, and Cena sold it so great. He just jumped back.
Great.
Oh, my God. So then Undertaker hit a chokeslam, pulled the straps down, tombstone piledriver on John Cena for the win. 1, 2, 3, and I got to say, this was perfect. This was great. I mean, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, man, I wish we saw this like a few years ago, or maybe even like with a long match this year. Like I wanted to see a classic, but I don't know. At the end, it just felt right.
Yeah, I was disappointed Undertaker came back, to be honest with you. I think last year was perfect, the ending. Yeah. The match wasn't good, but the ending was perfect. I was disappointed, but the way they did it was perfect. To me, I think they could have done it a little funny where like Cena's just sitting there the whole time and the lights kind of just flicker a little bit. Yeah. And next thing you know, like Undertaker's like sitting next to him and like grabs him into the ring type of thing. But the way they did it was fine. It was good. Cena got squashed. It was awesome. It was kind of like Cena got what he deserved.
For calling him out, for insulting his wife. I mean, you know what? I mean, kudos to John Cena, man. I know it's the Undertaker and he put him over, but seriously, say what you want about John Cena. Oh. There are very few guys as unselfish as John Cena that have been top guys in the history of this business. 6
pay-per-view losses in a row. And Undertaker had some hair extensions. Just want to throw that in there.
Did he really?
No way that was his hair. And I mean, Cena does what he does. Like I said, the guy's a legend. Say what you want about him. He's goofy. He's dorky. He's this. He's that. He puts guys over. Yes, he didn't need to put the Undertaker over. I get it. But look what he's done lately. Dude's awesome with the kids. I hate to say it, but he's awesome on Nickelodeon doing that stuff. He look, my 7-year-old watches it. Dude, I was digging it. The commercials he did for the Kids' Choice Awards were just great. Doing like the Clump family thing. 90s reference for you youngsters out there.
Nutty Professor, yeah.
Yes. Dude's awesome. The match was exactly what it was. I didn't want to see a long match. I didn't want to see a bunch of botches, and we still got one. I know Undertaker's not back full time, and that's fine. It was just perfect. What they did was perfect.
It was. I mean, I don't know what you do next with the Undertaker. Does he retire? What? I mean, I asked Bruce Pritchard about this, and he told me like he told me he could see the Undertaker coming out for another 10 years. I'm like, bruh, I don't know.
If he does that, he can.
True. If he has that kind of match, he probably could. So yeah, that was a great moment. We then had Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Shane McMahon made his entrance. I could not believe that Shane McMahon was competing with a hernia. I know it's an umbilical hernia. I don't know what that means compared to like a different hernia. I'm not a doctor. All I know is that he shouldn't have been competing, especially when he's dealing with diverticulitis.
Well, I guess here's the one thing I can say about that, and I don't know. I've never had it, but I guess if you have a hernia, it's kind of like if you tear your ACL, you can't really do any more damage, can you? I mean, I don't know, but I'm just assuming at this point because Shane's going to be literally dead if he could do more damage. I mean, dude's just a nutcase. There's no other way to put it.
I told my dad the deal, and my dad had double hernia surgery, and he looked at me with his mouth agape in disgust. I was like, yeah, he has a hernia. He's like, he has a hernia? I'm like, yeah. And then he goes, he has diverticulitis too. He goes, diverticulitis too? And he just looked at Shane in disgust. It was hilarious. I mean,
pain medicine, I guess. I don't know.
What a dumbass! Why would he wrestle?
And not only did he wrestle, but he did Shane McMahon stuff.
He did, and he wasn't any good. And God bless Shane for working hard, but he wasn't any good.
Coast to Coast was good. No, the Coast to Coast was okay.
It was fine for a 47-year-old man playing pro wrestler. Daniel Bryan got attacked. Well, actually, both guys got attacked before the match started because Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn stuck up from behind. Bryan took another powerbomb on the apron. It's like they're tempting fate with this guy. Yeah. Seriously. And Bryan made his entrance. He had a cool video package, like showcasing the Yes Movement. Crowd absolutely adored him.
Oh my God!
He might have been the most over guy on the whole show, I think.
Oh, by far. Yeah. Well, Undertaker, but that doesn't count.
Well, Undertaker and Daniel Bryan, yeah. As far as guys, been like actually advertised, yeah.
Yeah.
And it was a just a hell of a match.
Moment. Yeah.
Hell of a match. Got the win here. What can I say? Daniel Bryan hit the running knee on Sami Zayn after he eventually came back out the hot tag. Locked in the yes lock tap out.
He did take a haluva kick. He did take a pop-up powerbomb that he kicked out of, because in 2018 you just, kick out of finishers.
Well, you know what? I like the fact that they're actually giving Daniel Bryan the Superman kickouts here.
Of course.
About damn time. I mean,
I don't like the fact that they had him almost stretchered it out again.
Oh, God,
but,
like WrestleMania. 2014. But yeah. So, yeah, that was cool. Good for Daniel Bryan. Super happy. After the match, he hugged and kissed his wife, Brie Bella, who's a damn good wrestler in her own right. We had the Raw Women's title match. Nia Jax defeated Alexa Bliss to win the Raw Women's title. This match went way too long, in my opinion.
It was good, but it did go way too long.
It was no. It would have been good on any other pay-per-view, but in this position, they needed to make this short and sweet. It should have just been
that they did, yes.
Real quick. Just, you know what? Alexa gets a little bit of heat. Nia Jax hits a Samoan drop. Maybe Nia Jax decides, no, I'm not done with her yet. And then just goes up top and then hits that super Samoan drop that she hit.
God.
And that's it. But this match went way too long, and honestly, like this whole show did not need to end after midnight. It was absolute BS that it did. I mean, you got to know when to go home, folks. You really do. And
they still had 5 matches to go at 9:30.
Yeah. So it was not bad, but Nia Jax dominated early. Alexa took out her leg and was just getting the heat for a while. And I'm just thinking, man, like this little girl's getting the heat on this super Samoan. Like, come on, bro. And yeah, got a little old after a while, and eventually Nia Jax, I think, hit one Samoan drop, and then she picked up Alexa and went to the middle rope and hit a super Samoan drop. That looked like it sucked for Alexa. Got the pin. Emotional win for her. She's really come a long, long way, and the crowd, and she's over too. Gone are the days where people used to groan when Nia Jax comes out. I mean, the crowd really was behind her. She embraced her relatives, Otto Johnson, The Rock's mom, and Simone Johnson, The Rock's daughter. And it was just another great moment. I just wish that they got to it sooner. I mean, you don't need to go that long. I mean, honestly, Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg last year should have been a blueprint for big matches to come.
Well, they should have just kept to the script of China versus Ivory from way back in the day as well.
Where she just ran away, and then got his ass kicked.
That's all you need. Yeah.
Exactly. But, they have to have their match. All right. So we had the Hall of Fame class of 2018 appear.
Minus Kid Rock.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Kid Rock didn't appear. Well, that's fine, too. I mean, who knows?
You know what? You say what you want about him. I know a lot of people don't like him. His speech on Friday night I thought was very nice. I just want to go there and say that.
I mean, it was very nice for a guy that seemed like somebody that would be under investigation by Chris Hansen.
Okay, but, it still was a nice speech with all the crap that he gets from a lot of people. That's all I'm saying. He kept it. He said the right things, and that's all that matters. Yeah. Of course, he also looked like a guy from 70s Cinemax, but, whatever.
He looked like a guy that would put his hand on my knee when I was 8 years old. But anyway, so, yeah.
Or 27.
Yeah. Actually, I'm 20. Actually, I'm 29. Thanks for making me feel old.
Well, I was counting you. I'm 38, so I was giving you 2 years back.
All right, thank you, brother. All right.
You don't like 29-year-olds. Anyway,
so Jarius Robertson got one of the biggest pops. I love this kid, man. He came out. He was dancing and shimmying. He's a star, and knock on wood, he lives a long life because I think he's a superstar. I really do, and I hope.
Yes.
I wish him the very best. Goldberg did his entrance in a suit.
He looked pissed off.
He always looks pissed off.
Well, I know, but it just, I don't know. He had that look about him, like, I got to do these stupid pyros again. That's kind of what the look was.
I don't know. I didn't get that at all. I liked it, though. It was cool.
I don't know. It was fine. Yeah.
It was cool. I mean, damn, man. You know what? If I ever get married, I want that. I want that entrance. I want the Goldberg entrance with the pyro and everything else.
I thought you were going to do the Stone Cold entrance myself.
All right.
The glass shatters. You come out. You flip everybody off.
True. I mean, I don't know what would be more dangerous though: glass shattering for the guests or the pyro. Maybe pyro for the fire hazard.
Yeah, maybe.
Who knows? We had AJ Styles.
I'll come out stunner you anyway.
Yeah. We had AJ Styles, Shinsuke Nakamura for a WWE title. AJ Styles shockingly got the win when he had a great reversal of the Kinshasa where he rolled up Shinsuke, like flipped him over, got him in a Styles Clash position, hit it, and got the pin. This
was a good match.
It was a very good match, but here's the problem. It took place very late in the show. I think like around like the 11 o'clock hour, right? Like 10:50, 11 o'clock, give or take. Yeah.
Yes.
So the crowd was tired, but in a lot of ways, this kind of reminded me of the Long Beach show that New Japan did, where Adam Cole willed himself to have a great match with Jay White, despite the fact that they were put in a really tough spot, because that show also ran long. It was just one of those matches where AJ, you could tell Shinsuke, and especially AJ, were like, damn it, people, I know you're tired, but we're going to have a great match, and you're going to like it, damn it. And I think for the most part, they succeeded. I don't think it was the classic match that everybody wanted to see. I don't necessarily agree with the finish.
I do because of what happened afterwards.
I know what happened afterwards, and we'll get to it, but I don't know.
I don't think. I got to tell you two things. One, Nakamura should never have a big entrance again because he's like 0 for 5 if you count NXT.
That's right. He had a electric guitarist. He had the
it was
drum
the Alice Cooper's guitarist.
Yeah, that's right. Tuesday showed on NXT. Yeah, Alice Cooper's guitarist. He had an orchestra of violinists. He had drummers.
He had a band. Yep.
I don't know. I thought he should have won this match.
I don't think Nakamura. I'm gonna be honest with you, Fred. It was a good match. He had 2 title matches with Jinder, which I know it's Jinder, but his title matches have been very subpar for the spots he's been put in.
I agree.
For him to win the Rumble, like Asuka, and lose was interesting. I thought it was his time. I get it that, we're probably going to have a rematch at Backlash, and odds are he'll win because of what happened after the match, which I'll let you get to. I don't know, man. I don't know if WWE wants to run with him. I'm really not sure.
I mean, I think they do. I mean, you wouldn't give the guy a Royal Rumble win if you weren't trying to run with him. I think that's a false narrative, but I do think, it's weird. I mean, I don't know. Why would you spend so much money and invest so many resources into this guy if you're not going to go all the way? And I know he turned heel afterwards. For those that don't know, after the match, Shinsuke embraced AJ, got down on one knee, handed him the title. They embraced again, and then Nakamura hit the low blow on AJ and then took him out afterwards. You couldn't do that during the match. You couldn't have the referee maybe trip and Nakamura just be a heel and win that way. Look, I'm all for AJ Styles continuing to hold the title. He's been a great champion. He's one of the best in the world. But I just really feel like it was Nakamura's time, and he could have done it in a way where he turned heel to win the title because he couldn't beat AJ Styles.
Well, I guess heel Nakamura is going to win a Backlash, and then you get. Let's hope. I mean, you assume AJ goes to Raw. You pray to God Daniel Bryan stays on SmackDown. Otherwise, that show might as well fold up and just be called Impact.
Yeah.
And then you get, Daniel Bryan and Nakamura. I think would be cool.
True.
But Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles would be cool too.
Or Daniel Bryan Nakamura.
Well, that's what I said. Yeah. And then you can kind of go from there. Now here's an interesting thing that we didn't mention a couple minutes ago. By the way, when Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn lost, they are now no longer employed by SmackDown at all. So does this mean they go to Raw? Does this mean they just kind of hang out for a little bit? Or in typical WWE fashion, Daniel Bryan gets a mic on Tuesday and says, you know what, guys? We had our match. I showed you I could do it. You still have a job.
Stranger things have happened, but I think they're going to end up on Raw.
Then who the hell goes to SmackDown? It's an interesting angle. But as of right now, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn will be at your local UAW hall on Friday night.
Yeah. Oh, my God. We had this next match was, I don't know what to make of it. It's another very polarizing match. Very polarizing.
I actually turned to my buddy about 2.5 hours before that as a joke and said, watch him do what he did. And I won't give it away quite yet, but I actually said that as a joke.
Okay. So the Bar came out, Sheamus and Cesaro came out to defend their tag team titles. They came out on a cart.
Mardi Gras cart.
Cart. Yeah, with what looked like the Burger King and some other characters. And so Braun Strowman comes out.
This is so horrible.
No, I don't know. When I was watching,
it was funny, but it was horrible.
Hang on. When watching this in real time, I was actually entertained because the crowd was entertained, and I love Braun so much, and I think he should have freaking main evented WrestleMania and won the damn title. I digress. I calm myself here. Doesn't make any sense. Right?
All right, so here's what happened.
He only beat the shit out of Roman Reigns after Elimination Chamber. But hey, let's just put him in a tag team title match, right? He's only gotten the biggest reactions the last 6-7 months. But let's just put him in a tag team title match. All right, you can recap this, Scott. Go ahead. You're the father, so you can do this justice.
I really can't. But so the float's in the middle of the entrance. Right as they come out, Braun's music hits. He gets on the float, and all these little characters are just frozen in place and proceed to just run off the cart down the ramp. Kind of funny, kind of hilarious. Braun decides then, I'm Big Braun. I've already flipped over an ambulance. I could flip over the Superdome if I want. I'm going to push the cart off the stage because, hey, why not? So that's what he does. He comes down to the ring, says, I know everybody wants to know who my partner is. He says, it's going to be one of you, and points to the crowd. Okay. So you figure somebody's got to be in the crowd, right? Well, he goes around one side, goes around the other side, walks through the crowd, bypasses No Way Jose, who's there, some other NXT superstars, and says, you. And points to a 10-year-old kid who, I hate to say it, Fred, I thought was a female 10-year-old kid, which was a male.
God,
I'm sorry, it was. No. My friend did. My wife did as well. We did. I'm sorry. I don't mean that to be rude, but it turned out to be Nicholas, who.
Hang on. I gave you this. Hang on. I gave you this. I gave you this spot to recap. Okay?
I'm recapping.
And you call this little child.
I'm not doing it on purpose. It was no disrespect, but the kid had on a long sleeve shirt, pants. He had the long hair. You really could not tell at first, dude. I'm sorry. I'm not saying that to be mean. I am not. I am not trying to disrespect the kid because he's got.
I know. I'm messing. Okay. I'm messing. I'm messing. All right. Go ahead. Keep going.
No. Am I wrong? Yes or no? Did you not think that at first?
I'm gonna abstain from this because.
Okay. No. That's all you had to say. Okay, good. So he gets in the ring, asks the kid what his name is. The kid's name is Nicholas, and I guess kind of like when you can go online and become a ordained minister. The kid became an ordained wrestler real quick. So he literally was shaking his pants, and Braun put him on the outside, said, "Just hang out here. I'll take care of this." And they had the match. Nicholas got the hot tag. He did. Crowd was going nuts at this point. He comes in, Cesaro looks at him, Braun tags back in, hits the running power slam, and we have new tag team champions, Braun Strowman and 10-year-old Nicholas, who will be going to school tomorrow with a hell of a story to tell.
And Scott hates children. Let's go to some feedback here.
I do not hate children. Children are great. Just remember, Fred. Hold on. Quick bad joke. Children are great because you never forget the look on their face when you open up the trunk of your car. Anyway, moving on. That's a bad joke, I know. I'm sorry. It's been a long night. Let me have that one.
It's a good thing your wife doesn't listen to this show.
Oh, she's probably upstairs listening. She'll probably text me that I'm too loud.
I don't think that's the only thing she'll be texting you.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Jeremy says 4 out of the last 5 Royal Rumble winners have now lost at WrestleMania.
Really?
Yeah, Holiday 197. If Finn's going to just float around near the mid-card, just send him to SmackDown and have a feud with AJ for the title. I agree. Rey Mysterio should have been Braun's partner. Well, he's not under contract and he has a torn bicep, so that's a little complicated.
I don't agree with that at all.
I think it should have been Joe.
It wouldn't make sense, though, man.
A 10-year-old makes sense?
No, because how's he going to be on Raw tomorrow? But I thought, honest to God, when I saw The Rock starter there, I thought The Rock was going to show up. I really did.
Well, the only one.
They were holding it off. I don't see. To me, things have to have a little bit of reality to it. Like Samoa Joe, Big Cass, Rey Mysterio, Jeff Hardy. I know a lot of people wanted Neville. It just wouldn't not have worked for me at all. Like you got to make some type of storyline sense. I understand that you have a 10-year-old kid doing it. Basically, Braun just kind of crapped on like everybody and said, "I can do this by myself."
Well, you know what, though?
And there is an interview, by the way, with Braun and the kid. I retweeted, so if everybody wants to check that out.
Oh, cool. Did you watch it at all? What's the background of the kid?
No, because we're doing the show. I didn't get a chance yet. I didn't want to mute you and your lovely voice, so I will get to that in a little bit.
Yeah. I'm wondering what's the background of this kid, if he's like, involved in a charity, or if he's like a family member of Braun, or if they just like.
I would assume he has to be a family member at this point. I mean, I don't.
Yeah, I don't. Well, you know what? I didn't mind it when I was watching it in real time because of the fact that like it was confusing, it was intriguing, and honestly, I didn't take the whole a child won a Raw tag team title seriously, because the reality is Braun Strowman didn't really have a tag team partner. He didn't want a tag team partner. He ended up winning the tag titles by himself anyway. And what's going to happen immediately after Raw goes on the air tomorrow? Angle's probably going to make Braun pick a real partner, and it's probably going to be one of those guys you mentioned.
Yeah. You know what, though? Honestly, Braun had that moment. I think it would be kind of cool if they just kind of did this with Braun for a little while, where he just went to every town at a house show, at Raw, and just picked like a kid to be his partner.
That's awesome.
Why not?
You know what?
You know what I mean? Why not?
That wouldn't
That'd be
work
cool.
with a lot of guys, but that would work with Braun. I think Braun's a great babyface, man. He's awesome.
Yeah.
Again, he should be the freaking guy. Why is he not? And you know what? Maybe he will.
I mean, I just think that would be so. I mean, we wouldn't really see it on TV. I get it if he's at a house show in God knows where, Iowa, but that would be awesome, dude. He literally picked somebody. Now I know that you would have to obviously do. You really couldn't just have a kid do it, but there's releases, and God forbid something were to happen, but it would be awesome to see.
True.
Why not?
True. All right, now let's get to the main event, which honestly turned out to be a lame event. Now, I really wanted to enjoy this match. If you guys recall, anybody that's been following me for a while, I wasn't a huge fan of WrestleMania 31 with Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns, and I recently watched that match again, and I did a video on it, WWE Network recommendations. You guys can check it out on this channel. And I loved the match, and I remember back then I was a little pissed off because I didn't think Roman should be in the spot, and he shouldn't have been at the time. You can make the argument he shouldn't have been at the time, right? And then of course he also had the chaos with Triple H and Sting, where Triple H beat Sting in his WWE debut, which was so stupid. It's nice to see Triple H actually, do the right thing this time. But at the time I was pissed off because I'm a huge Sting fan. I was a huge WCW fan, and yeah, it was messed up.
Dude, everybody was pissed off.
Yeah, well, you'd be surprised. Some people actually thought that match was good, but
even X-Pac, going over rehearsal, said he was pissed off.
Was he really?
Yeah, he said. Didn't you read the whole story about that, where they were going over the match, and he turned to, I forget if it was Road Dogg or Belly Gunn, said, seriously? Like when they were going over, like he just said, like, seriously, this is what's going to happen? Yeah.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. So, I had a bad taste in my mouth, but I went back and watched WrestleMania 31. Not only is it a better WrestleMania than I remember it, but that main event was great because intense crowd heat. Brock Lesnar was his most badass self. Roman Reigns was in hostile territory. And I was just blown away about how well Roman Reigns was selling and how great Brock Lesnar was a monster. And even though it was a great moment that Seth won and cashed in and everything, looking back, given what we know now with the benefit of hindsight and how Seth was booked and everything with that title run, it might have made sense to just go with Roman from the very beginning. But, hey, here we are. Whoa, you got some feedback there, buddy.
Oh, sorry. I do have a little bit of news about Nicholas for you. Brian Alvarez is saying that he believes that it's referee John Cone's son.
Oh, that's awesome.
So there you go. Yeah.
By the way, as you said there was news, it sounded like you were in a helicopter. Like this is Chopper 500 for TSC News. We have.
I slid my hand across my desk. That's kind of what happened there.
Cool. So yeah, so I love that main event, WrestleMania 31, and in retrospect, maybe Roman should have won. But hey, here we are, 3 years later. Say what you want about maybe Braun should have been in the main event, and he should have been. At least we're getting some great long-term storytelling here, right? 3 years in the making, Roman Reigns finally going to beat Brock Lesnar. So let's recap this match here based on my notes. Lesnar had the third longest title reign of the last 30 years, according to Michael Cole, and his last loss was at Survivor Series 16 against Goldberg. So Reigns was greeted with boos. The crowd was hot at the beginning, and as soon as the bell rung, it kind of changed. Reigns shoved Lesnar into the corner. Reigns pushed him back, but then entered Suplex City. Lesnar hit 3 German suplexes. 2 Superman punches by Reigns knocked Lesnar out of the ring. Reigns hit a 3rd Superman punch off the steps. Both men got back into the ring, and then Reigns immediately clotheslined him back out. Reigns went for another Superman punch off the steps, but got caught with a belly-to-belly suplex. Keep in mind, this match began at what? I have in my notes here, this match began at 11:47 p.m. Eastern Time.
Yeah, about 11:45.
Good
That's right.
God. Crowd started.
Well, it is only 10:45 down there at least. So.
Yeah, still. Crowd chanted CM Punk for some stupid reason. I guess I later found out why, because this match just kept going. Lesnar hit a very sloppy belly-to-belly that made me scream, holy crap. The one where he suplexed him into the announcer's table.
Yeah, I missed it, actually.
God, his face, that looked bad. Thankfully, he seemed okay. So, back in the ring, Lesnar hit a German and more belly-to-belly suplexes. And the crowd was it was weird, because it's a big stadium and everything. You can't tell if the crowd's booing Lesnar, if they're booing the match, if they're just apathetic, if they're tired. Probably a combination of all the above.
Absolutely.
And you know what? At that point, I think it's safe to say you can't blame the crowd for being exhausted. Hell, I am. And I am now. Mm-hmm. Lesnar hit another belly-to-belly suplex. This is just almost like an extended formulaic Lesnar match.
That's the one where Roman landed on his shoulder?
I think so. I don't know. But he then tore apart the announcer's table. And then the Universal Champion slammed the lifeless Reigns into the barricade, went for the F5. Lesnar reversed and sent Reigns reversed, sent Lesnar head first into the post. Reigns speared Lesnar, picked him up, and slammed him into the American announcer's table, but didn't break. It just kind of like shook it up. Reigns got back in the ring for a Superman punch and a spear. Lesnar got hit with a second spear, but still kicked out. And just the apathy of the fan reaction, man. I don't know. It was just
there wasn't any.
It was like, okay. Reigns poses, did the ooh, and then went for a third spear, but ate a huge knee by Lesnar. He actually hit a better looking knee than Nakamura tonight. At this point of the show, I wrote, at this point of the show, this should have been short like Goldberg-Lesnar, which was great and to the point, and this was the antichrist of that.
It couldn't have been that long, could it?
It was long, man. We'll see. Let's see if we can. We'll find an official time later. If somebody in the live chat knows an official time, send it to me, please.
I'll get it, Fred. Give me a moment.
Okay. Lesnar grabbed Reigns by the hair, hit an F5. Reigns kicked out. Reigns got hit with 2 more F5s, still kicked out. If you're keeping track, that's 3 F5s. Now we're beyond Super Cena territory. Lesnar tossed Reigns on the outside because this match has to end after midnight. Reigns hit a 4th F5, this time through the announcer's table, and drags Lesnar to the ring. The crowd is booing. It seems like the match wants to end. It seems like they just want the match to end, which they did. Lesnar doesn't oblige. He hits another German suplex. It was freaking midnight as I was typing that.
Yeah.
And the crowd sounded preoccupied with something, which I guess, according to you, Scott, and everybody in the chat, was beach balls. And then,
it was just about 16 minutes, by the way, Fred. Third longest match of the night, actually.
Okay, get this. So this is where I didn't know if I loved this, I liked this match, or I hated this match. I was kind of indifferent, right? Do you know when I started really hating this match?
When Lesnar
hit a damn 5th F5 and Roman Reigns kicked out.
Ah, okay.
That was that was ridiculous.
Well, the funny part is, I think
that was ridiculous.
The whole thing was for the last year plus, Brock would hit 1 F5 and he beat everybody. Samoa Joe, Braun Strowman,
but
everybody with it. 1 F5. And I think the whole point was to build up Roman as he kicks out of these things. Nobody gave a rat's booty. That's what made it so weird. Nobody cared.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm wondering if this would have been the case, if this match took place at 10 or 9 o'clock. Maybe not.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think it would have been better with a hotter crowd. But even then, honestly, even if this took place at 8 p.m., the way the match was laid out, 5 F5s and the guy kicks out, that's just ridiculous. I'm sorry. It just is. So then we get a weird moment where Reigns got bloodied by Lesnar's strikes. Now, it was either a blood capsule, which some people may say it sounds ridiculous, but you may recall that during the Triple H Reigns feud, they used a blood packet or something.
It looked like it, though, honestly, man.
Or a bad blade job, or hard way. I don't think it was hard way. It looked like a blood packet. Okay, if it was fake blood, which I'm fine with, it looked like way too much.
That's what I mean, yeah.
We just watched UFC last night. How many times did Habib and Al Quinta get tagged, and Joanna and Rose? They weren't bleeding like that. So Reigns was bloody as hell. It was honestly kind of distracting. It was almost too distracting. And because it took place so late in the match, they couldn't sell the fact that, oh my God, Reigns is busted open so badly.
Well, they tried, but again, nobody cared.
If they did it at the beginning of the match, I think it would have been better because they would have built up sympathy, at least for the people that wanted to see Reigns win. So, but whatever. They did it late in the match. Reigns hit 2 more spears. Lesnar kicks out. At that point,
Reigns had the cool blood-faced Samoan look on his face, which was cool.
It was fine, but I don't know. I guess maybe he was channeling his, late cousin Umaga. But I don't know. It was not. This was not. I was done with this match, right? And then Lesnar hit a 6th F5. I'm thinking, all right, geez, Reigns is gonna kick out a 6th F5. And Brock pinned him.
Wait. Didn't he? No, I thought he did kick out of a 6th. Roman hit a spear, went for another spear, got caught with a 7th, and then got pinned.
Are you sure?
Or no.
No,
I don't. You might be right, but I know he was going for something and got caught. Okay, either way, 6, 7, 27. It was crazy.
6 F5s. So overall, a great WrestleMania that just got dragged to the end because of the unnecessary show length, and frankly, some bizarre booking here. Mike, I don't know what to say. I'm speechless now. If they do Reigns versus Lesnar on Raw, and Reigns puts his career on the line,
You better have the AOP come out and attack Brock.
Yeah, do something. Have the Authors of Pain join Brock or join Reigns and have him turn heel or something. At the end, it's funny because we were going to go live right after this match ended. They showed the video package, and then you alerted me that they were showing Reigns walking out.
Yeah, he came back and I told you, I said, Fred, he's gonna go crazy. What? And he like hugged his wife and he was right at the announce table, which reminds me there was no blood on his face, no blood in his hair at that moment, nothing, no scar, anything. Maybe it was in his hairline, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, he just kind of walked out. Like you thought something was gonna happen, but it was very awkward because they did this 5-minute video recap of the show and then they went back live and you think something's gonna happen. I told you something's gonna happen and I was wrong, but it was just very awkward that moment took place like that. The crowd was happy Brock won, I'll tell you that. I think they were confused.
Yeah, I don't know. So what's what's funny? I think Dana White kind of worked the boys. Work the fanboys, because
maybe not.
Because he's like, hey, Brock's gonna come back, no problem. Well, no. I think Brock's still gonna come back, but I think like Dana claims that he didn't even know that Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar was taking place tonight. I think Dana would kind of
a little too far.
Yeah.
Is it possible that they? And I know UFC is not WWE, but is it possible that Vince and Dana got in on this and they want Brock to hold both titles at once?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean,
I'll say this: why else would they show Dana doing the Ronda Rousey match?
Because he was there supporting her, and he said that publicly.
Yeah, but he's Dana White, and it's Vince McMahon, and I know he kind of owed him one from WrestleMania 31, and I get it, but
they're on good terms now. So
that's what I'm saying. Maybe. I mean, now of course, if Brock does try to do that and goes to the UFC and gets his ass kicked, then we have an issue. But
who the hell knows, man? I don't.
It's very confusing.
I don't even know. I don't know what the hell's gonna happen. I mean, if Reigns, put it this way, this is a stupid decision if Reigns is just gonna win the title on Raw, because like here's his WrestleMania
this is what
moment.
They do.
I know, but all eyes are on him. It's like why have him fail if he's just gonna win the next night? That would like really, I think, kind of tarnish like the whole.
Why have him beat Sheamus to lose it 4 weeks later? Why have? I mean, it's just this is what they do. They do awkward, weird stuff
with him in particular.
It's Vince's way of just kind of screwing with people.
I guess, but it's like what if you're gonna go all the way with the guy, just go all the way.
I don't.
You know what? Unless they're actually gonna have Braun Strowman maybe vacate the tag titles tomorrow and challenge Lesnar. I mean, here's the thing though.
Lesnar on Raw.
That's the thing. Like, is Lesnar actually going to be on Raw competing? I mean, maybe we'll get a text alert sometime.
He's not supposed to. His live events were up in Boston at the house show. This was his last scheduled appearance.
But I do recall. I
know me and you talked.
I do recall hearing that maybe WWE did have an option they could pick up for the summer. So maybe you never know. I mean, listen, Vince could always make a handshake deal, pay him some more money, do one more appearance, and I don't think Lesnar would.
No, money talks. That's for sure.
Also, didn't Lesnar look a little bit I don't know if doughier is the right word, but like
he kind of always does though.
He looked like a guy that's getting ready to be tested again by USADA.
Possible.
Yeah, we'll see. So anyway, not nowhere near the level of the WrestleMania 31 match. Not good. Maybe it would have been good at 9 o'clock, but the bottom line is I'm judging it from when it was on.
I think even if AJ and Nakamura went on last, like a lot of people wanted, that match was 20 minutes. I think it might have gotten the same reaction.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. So, yeah, overall a great WrestleMania, but it did kind of drag at the end.
Not the best WrestleMania.
One of the better ones.
But it was the most emotional WrestleMania, I think. With the returns of Daniel Bryan, with the Ronda Rousey stuff. I think the emotion that everybody had in it was really good. It was definitely one of the top ones in a while. I know we kind of say that every year to a degree.
I think this is very good. Yeah.
I don't know if it was top 10. I think it started out as being top 10 and it did drag on, but I think we'll look back on it and say this was a hell of a show. Moving forward real quick, I can't wait for the Braun Strowman Nicholas versus Matt Hardy and King Maxwell match at Backlash.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. I can't wait to see what happens with Brock Lesnar because it's going to be interesting. I mean, is it possible he just vacates the belt and says F you?
Yeah.
I mean, Brock's Brock. Who knows? Maybe this was it, and hey, you want me to compete? I'm going to win. You don't know. Well, it's very interesting. We'll know more in the morning, which is only like 3 hours away at this point.
Well, you know what, man? I'm just thinking right now. I know they'll probably give him the title eventually. I know he'll still be in the top mix, but can we safely say that Roman Reigns, for as talented as the guy is, and I personally like him a lot, can we safely say that he's never going to be the guy that WWE wants him to be?
No, I'm sorry, I cannot say that. I think that if he gets a heel turn, he could end up like The Rock in a year or two, and he's still pretty youngish, that he can do it. We've said this now for the last 4 years. We said it after WrestleMania 31, we said it after 32, we said it after 33, saying it now after 34. That every year it's the same thing, and every year they come back to the well, and I can't say it, man.
All right.
I mean, I just can't. I want to say it's going to be Braun Strowman, and I think if they're smart, that's what they do. I can't say that's what's going to happen. Can't.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, let's go to the comments before I completely lose my voice here. Telvin Kapapa, not a great WrestleMania, but a good one. I wish Bellator and Impact did this with Bobby Lashley. TNA did push Bobby Lashley very well. I think Bobby just kind of didn't want to fight as much as he got older. DF says there's no way in hell Roman will ever get over as a babyface. I mean, he is over as a babyface, just not to the level that they want him to be, which is John Cena.
And now with Bryan back and
yeah,
everything
Sephiroth said there was a small cheer when Lesnar won, and then went back to silence.
Yeah.
Telvin thinks that Lesnar could vacate the title on Raw.
Well, that's kind of what I said, yeah.
Okay, Kurt Hawkins should have been Braun Strowman's tag team partner. Let's see.
They should have had a couple guys come out and just Braun destroy him. Whether it be legends or not, I think that could have been kind of cool.
Yeah. Okay, a couple more here. How great is the WWE Network with all these events? WrestleMania, you got all the specials coming up, and you have the Greatest Royal Rumble. Yeah, and they announced that there's going to be a UK tournament for King of the Ring. And a second Mae Young Classic.
And I believe they said a UK King of the Ring, but I also saw that they said another UK tournament in general, which didn't seem like it was the King of the Ring. Yeah, they have a lot of good shows. The second Mae Young Classic will be interesting to see what they do. Because let's be honest, they haven't done much with the winner of the first one. I know that, there's things, I understand, but they just haven't. Yeah, I mean, for $10 a month, it's a great deal. They have a lot of cool shows. I know other companies do, something similar now, and they don't have the content WWE has, and I'm not even talking about, old WCWs, old Smoky Mountains, old all that stuff. Just in general, with, I like, personally, I know me and you've talked about this, Fred, and I don't want to go off too much, but like I like the ride-alongs, I like the table for threes. I think it's entertainment, which is cool. So I like to see that type of stuff. The pay-per-views, the NXTs are awesome. It's a great deal. I mean, but with a great deal comes the issue of it being 12:15 at night on the East Coast when a pay-per-view ends. Right. That's not good either. So.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I think they need to do more, though. I do think they need to do more live event type of stuff. I think that would be cool. I know you don't want to give away all your little fun that you can do at live events, but they need to have more live match content. I think that would help them.
Yeah. Well, looks like they're going in that direction, which is pretty awesome. So, hey, you'll say we want about WWE. Props to them for that. Mm-hmm. All right. And let's see. I can safely say NXT TakeOver entertained more. I don't know. This WrestleMania was pretty entertaining. I'll say this: NXT TakeOver, because it was only 2.5 hours. I think we'll get the nod. But
yeah. Usually, most of the time I would say there's no comparison. Where takeovers are usually much better, I think is a good way to say it. Mm-hmm. This time, NXT was awesome from top to bottom. I mean, the main event, if you haven't watched it yet, God, please go back and watch it. It was just unbelievable. Gargano and Ciampa. But this WrestleMania was very good. Like I said, I give it 2 thumbs up. I might go as far as giving it like an 8, maybe an 8.5. It did drag on a little bit, but I didn't see much in the issue area.
Yeah,
and you didn't even advertise John Cena and Undertaker. So
true. And
I mean, we knew it was happening.
And I gotta say, again, props to Ronda. Say what you want about her attitude when people ask her valid questions. Awesome pro wrestling debut for Ronda Rousey. I mean, I guess Kurt Angle was right. She's taken to wrestling more than anybody she's ever seen. Very similar to Kurt Angle.
Exactly.
Who took to pro wrestling better than a lot of people ever saw. So, yeah, what can you say, man? Just good stuff all around. So, folks, I really do appreciate you guys watching and staying up with us. If you enjoyed this update, please like, share, take care. Don't forget to subscribe and enable notifications for more updates. Scott and I will be back later this week to recap things. And until next time, everybody, as always, enjoy the matches. Unless, of course, you're Roman Reigns and lose again.
Ouch.